Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Spooky Sunday video. In today's video we are going to be watching and reacting to conspiracy theory TikToks. So these are all videos that I found on TikTok of people either talking about conspiracy theories or their own conspiracy theories, and I'm really excited for this video. I love conspiracy theories so much. I have a few that I believe in. I might do a video of conspiracy theories that I believe in. You have to let me know in the comments down below if you'd want to see that, but without further ado, let's just get straight on into today's video and I hope you all like it. We're just gonna go straight into it. We're just gonna watch the first video and here it is.
Okay, let's talk about Tiamat. So there's a theory that Tiamat was a fifth planet that existed in our solar system between Mars and Jupiter. This planet allegedly existed before Earth even existed, and it was filled with a beautiful advanced civilization. But due to a catastrophic event, their race went extinct. Their planet was destroyed by a collision with one of Nibiru's moons. Nibiru is also known as Planet X. Nibiru is said to be a planet in our solar system that has a very long elliptical orbit. So every 3,600 years is when it only gets close to the rest of the planets in our solar system and is nearest to our sun. The debris of the fatal destruction of Tiamat is what then formed the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. And there's some theories that a larger bit of Tiamat that broke off was what then evolved into Earth. The information gets a little hazy around there. But the real question here is, could Planet X do something like this again?
That is the first conspiracy theory, that there was a whole other planet before Earth that was like Earth but way more advanced, and that a collision destroyed the planet and that planet became the asteroid belt and that some of it became Earth. Now, I don't think that this is a crazy conspiracy theory. I think this is possible. I mean, who are we to know that there wasn't a planet before us with an intelligent species on it? Like, space scares me. If you follow me on TikTok, you've seen my rants about how space scares me and how many questions I have about space and evolution and all that sort of stuff, but I don't believe that we are the only intelligent life form to ever have existed. And I understand that the universe is very young. It's very young right now, and we could have been the only intelligent life force to exist so far, but I just don't believe that. And I feel like it's a possibility that there could have been another planet that was destroyed. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think that this is a good theory and I feel like it could be true. Okay, on to the next conspiracy theory video.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Hang on, I have the perfect one. On March 8th, 2014, Flight 370 from Malaysia mysteriously vanished. Disappeared from every single radar, was just gone without a trace. So, on March 18th, a guy named Ty uploaded a video to Twitter of what seemed to be a voicemail from Flight 370. The code was in the NATO phonetic alphabet, which read, S, danger, SOS, it is dire for you to evacuate. Be caution, they are not human. Whole bunch of numbers, SOS, danger, SOS. So naturally, this drew a lot of attention. Twitter was freaking out. Someone found that if you put the numbers from the voicemail into Google Earth, that they were actually coordinates and gave you a location. This location just so happened to be the last known location of Flight 370 from Malaysia. The recording that Ty received was actually the black box recording from Flight 370. After Ty posted the video and drew a bunch of attention, some weird stuff started happening to him. More in part 2.
That is insane. That is insane. Plane disappearances fascinate me so much. Also, completely off topic here, if you ever watch the series Manifest, if you haven't, you need to watch it. I don't want to ramble too much about it until we've watched all of them, so let's go on to part 2.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Alright, part 2. So before this whole thing even happened, Ty tweeted something a little weird. He tweeted, okay, I'm sitting in front of my house in my car and this guy started taking pictures of my house with flash. Literally, what the fuck, it's 3 a.m, I'm going to die tonight. And then he received the voicemail 3 days after. After the video went viral, he started receiving strange DMs in another language and some in Morse code. When someone translated one of the messages, it read, "End the post you just shared about the recording on your phone." Ty was obviously freaked out and tweeted, "Excuse me, what is going on?" Other users began piecing together that this was in fact the black box recording, and that's why it gave coordinates, and that it was possible that Flight 370 encountered something non-human. That's when someone translated the message in Morse code, which translated to, "They are taking over, April 18th, 2018. Then everyone thought the world was going to end. Then things take another weird turn. Last part in part 3.
Okay, let's watch part 3.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Third and final part. After receiving those threatening DMs, Ty decided to deactivate his Twitter, which immediately led people to believe that he was lying and it was a big hoax. And then another user, Aaron, who figured out that the coordinates for the last known location of Flight 370, tweeted this. Pause to read. This made everyone question Ty's validity and whether or not he was lying about the entire thing. Then people noticed that Ty's profile picture was similar to someone else's. This is Ty's page straight away, and they noticed that he looked identical to Homicide. To clear any confusion, Homicide posted this. Pause to read. So Ty explained that all of the attention was too much and pretty creepy, so he deactivated his account and made a new one. He claimed he never lied about the post and the voicemail was in fact real. Unfortunately, no other connections were made, and this is pretty much where this conspiracy theory ends. But Shane Dawson did do a video on this, including an interview with Ty, and I'll put that in the comments. Let me know if you guys want more of these.
Okay, so that is the end of the part 3 little conspiracy theory. That's insane. I believe Ty. I believe that the voicemail was real. I just think it's a little bit weird for it not to be real if he has the exact location where the plane went missing. I don't know why I'm smiling because it's so scary, but I just think it's so interesting. I wish more investigating went on with that. But obviously, if the government got involved in things, then the investigating probably got shut down that was being done by everybody else. Just plane disappearances in general just fascinate me so much, because where do they go? It must be terrifying being on the plane if it does disappear, but it just fascinates me because they're never found. But yeah, you have to let me know what you think in the comments, and like I said, if you have never watched Manifest, you need to watch it. It's a really, really good show about a plane that disappears and then comes back 5 years later. Couldn't recommend it anymore. Alright, on to the next one. This one says conspiracy theories that turned out to be true.
Government conspiracies that actually turned out to be true. Warning, some of these will make you doubt your government. The first theory that was proven to be true is that the CIA created a heart attack gun. The theory states that the CIA built a secret weapon in the 60s and 70s that could cause a fatal heart attack. The weapon shot a small dart that left nothing behind except for a small red dot on the skin. The target would only feel a small prick, kind of like a bug bite, but would be poisoned. Poison would also not be detected in an autopsy. The next one is actually crazy. In fact, my mom couldn't even believe this one. Another theory proven to be accurate includes the government poisoning alcohol. When the government banned alcohol in 1920, bootleggers would steal industrial alcohol used in paints, fuels, and solvents, and medical supplies and re-distill it for sale. In an attempt to stop people from drinking alcohol, the government changed the formulas of industrial alcohol to make it completely undrinkable. More than 10,000 individuals died because of this. Comment below for part 2.
The first one I've never heard of. Actually, both of them I've never heard of before. But the first one feels like it's not a conspiracy, but I don't know if people did conspire about whether it was or not back in the day. But the heart attack gun, that's insane. The government create crazy shit. I'm sorry, like, it's just scary, the stuff that they create. And then the booze one is madness. It sounds like something you'd hear in a movie. It sounds like a horror movie plot. I cannot believe that actually happened. Why did they ban alcohol? And also, you know that people are going to be drinking that, so they knew full well that people were going to die when they did that. They knew it. How can you do something like that and sleep at night? Nah, that gives me the EBGBs. There's horrible people in this world. So on to the next one.
The most mythical place is a place called Agartha. It's a city that supposedly resides in the Earth's core. So this also confirms that the Earth is hollow. And apparently there's tons of entrances all around the world. Theory goes there was once a man named William Emerson who sailed through an entrance to the Earth's interior at the North Pole. For 2 years he lived here, and it was said to be the original Garden of Eden. It's believed that this species came from another planet in our solar system. And after a time of living on the surface, they realized that the sun aged them prematurely, and that caused them to live underground. There's been lots of evidence of this inner civilization. It's believed that the pharaohs of Egypt even communicated with this underworld. Mathematicians have concluded that the Earth is hollow and it contained a central sun. The ESSA posted this picture with this gaping hole to where the poles should have been. Even the northern lights are speculated to be caused by this inner sun.
That's the end of that one. That, to me, ties in with the first theory that we listened to about the planet that exploded and stuff. He said that the people that live there are from a different planet in our solar system, or that used to be in our solar system. So what if those two conspiracy theories are connected? Food for thought. food for thought. Okay, on to the next one.
Man, I'm telling you guys, movies are all based off something real. Outlander fans, this one is for you. If you haven't seen it, I'll give you the rundown. This girl goes on vacation to Scotland with her husband. She visits this stone circle in the Isle of Lewis. She sees a flower right here that she wants to pick, but when she touched this big stone, she accidentally time traveled back 200 years. These stone circles exist all over the world. This one is in Mpumalanga, South Africa, also known as Adam's Calendar. When people are in these stone circles, they lose their sense of time. Shamans have been using these stone circles to time travel by astral projection. There are theories that claim that the strong acoustics in the stones cause a tear in time, allowing for physical time travel. There was 2 men who worked at a military base outside of Stonehenge. They went to the stones to drink a couple beers and hang out for a couple of hours, and they saw this amber light go through the sky really fast. When they wanted to call it a night and left, they were arrested for being gone without leave for 2 days, and they had only been gone for a couple of hours. I have so many more stories like this.
That's so weird, imagine. But everyone's always said that Stonehenge and the rock things all over the world are magical, I guess. I wonder if that's true. I didn't know there was more actually all over the world. That's probably just me being ignorant and stupid. But I knew about Stonehenge, I didn't know about the other ones. But imagine if you could time travel like that. And those guys that were missing for days, but they felt like it was 2 hours. What if that's mad. I love conspiracy theories. I just find them so interesting. So this is the last conspiracy video that we have for today's video. So let's go ahead and watch it.
The world ended in 2012? We need to talk about this. Okay, so Stephen Hawking had done years of research on a particle called the Higgs boson. This was a very dangerous particle that transmitted mass to anything that touched it, and he theorized that it created the Big Bang. Now, this particle had never been discovered, but Stephen Hawking said that if it did, the universe would, quote, undergo a catastrophic vacuum decay. AKA, the universe would be sucked into this giant black hole. Now let's flash forward to 2012 when the CERN actually discovered this particle. So the theory goes that since that day we've been sucked into this black hole like Hawking's predicted, and we've been living in an alternate universe since then. And since we're in a different universe now, there have been slight changes that we weren't brainwashed to forget. For example, thousands of people remember the Statue of Liberty being on Ellis Island when it's actually on Liberty Island. Adding on to that, a lot of people who have visited the Statue of Liberty remember being able to go inside of the torch. But apparently that's been illegal for over 100 years. I mean, if the world did end, how would we actually know? And that is the conspiracy.
Okay, so this is one that I definitely wanted to include in this video because this is a conspiracy theory that I believe in. I believe that the world ended in 2012. My life has not been the same since 2012. I feel like life has just gone so fast since 2012, and I feel like my emotions, everything just changed for me after 2012. I remember the Statue of Liberty being on Ellis Island. I remember being in primary school and we had like an American week thing. I remember it so vividly because I enjoyed it so much because I just thought it was so interesting. But I remember learning that the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island, and you're telling me that it's not? That it's never been on Ellis Island? There's no other reason for me to put Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty together unless they've always been connected. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbour's dogs. You know the drill by now. They just bark sometimes. But yeah, obviously I'm British, so we don't usually learn a lot about America, if I'm being honest. So there was no other reason for me to put Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty together as a thing unless I learned about it in primary school. I genuinely could talk about the world ending in 2012 for so long. So if you want to see a video of me talking about conspiracy theories that I believe in, like I said, comment down below and I will do it because I believe that the world ended in 2012. But just on cue, after the dogs started barking, this is the end of today's video. I hope you liked it. I really enjoyed filming it for you all. If you liked it, please remember to smash a massive thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.